This started out as a quick and easy project to repaint and update the fireplace in our rental home, but it quickly turned into a full 3-day transformation. Join me as I turn this tired old fireplace into a stunning centerpiece that will redefine the entire room. Let's get started. First thing I wanted to do was get rid of this red. So I started taking everything down, washing the walls. I removed all the outlet covers. The walls were super dusty, so you can see me cleaning them here. Then I started by covering the red wall with a cheap white flat paint that I got at Walmart for $14 for the big gallon. It's an easier way to cover the red because red is a hard color to cover. I did do the same thing in the kitchen, so if you haven't seen the kitchen makeover, make sure you go look for that as well. I will be repainting and refinishing the cabinets in the kitchen too, and I did a tile backsplash, so you want to stick around. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on those videos. So I'm just covering the red wall with this white flat paint. I did just do it by hand with a paintbrush. Sometimes to me it's kind of therapeutic to just sit and paint. Even with all the running and chaos going around me, especially my 6-year-old going up and down the ladder, but it is kind of relaxing to me. So, and it's much easier to me than filling up a paint tray and having a roller and everything on just a small wall. So, and then I do have a paint color that we matched for the rest of the house because it is a really pretty neutral kind of grayish, brownish, beige or grayish color. But I just wanted to make the room lighter, make it flow together. And so that's what we're doing, covering the red. Okay, so the painting is done. No more red wall. As much as I love red, it is a hard color to decorate with. So I think in a rental, maybe neutral colors are better, but I love neutral colors because then I can add my colors to it. I am going to do a little something along the mantle here. Just something simple. I'm gonna put a wood topper on there and stain it just to give it a little bit more character. And we'll see, I may end up painting this area here and here, maybe white just to let it pop out, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna put the topper on first and see what I think. So here we go. Okay, so I'm outside. I have some common boards right here. This one's a 1x4x6. It's gonna fit into the little indentation in the fireplace or by the mantle. And then I have a larger one that I'm gonna cut out too, but they're just common boards. They're made out of pine, so they'll stain really pretty, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut them and we'll get them to fit in our fireplace. So let's go see if it fits. So here I'm just taking the larger board and just kind of measuring and marking where I want it so I can take it out and cut it. So this is the cut I'm gonna have to make on either side so it'll fit in there. It's not gonna be an easy cut, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, we're gonna see if it fits. I'm a little nervous. So cross your fingers for me. It fits. I think that's pretty dang good. Let me show you. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Right there. Woo! So exciting. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Once I stain it, I think it's gonna be really cute. Okay, I actually skipped a bit ahead to the fun part. I like staining and finishing the project, but I gotta sand it. I gotta sand out smooth out the edges a little bit. So we're gonna get sanding. All the dusty part is done. I'm going to be using Early American to stain this wood. I've got my gloves, I've got paper towels. I'm just going to stain it on and kind of wipe it off with a paper towel. So that's our next step. So here is a close-up of what it turns out like when you just stain it and wipe it off, and it turns out really pretty. So what I've done is I've left this to dry for about 20 minutes, half hour, and I'm gonna go back and do a gray wash over, which is simply just show you. I've got this pewter gray, just acrylic paint, and then I've mixed it it's like equal parts water, equal parts paint. I did add a teeny bit more water, but what I'm going to do is just brush it on quickly and then wipe it off, so it just gives it a little bit more aged effect, age lift. So here's a close-up of the difference that it makes when using the gray wash. It does age it a bit. So I just let the boards dry overnight, and I'm just fitting them in here, and we'll take a look and see. From here, I decided that wasn't quite enough. I mean, it looks cute, but I wanted to do more. I wanted the fireplace really to be the focal point of the room. So I started painting again. You guys should have totally seen the look on my husband's face the next morning when he saw me down there painting. He's like, "What are we doing? I thought you were done with this project." Yeah, I had to take a tiny little paintbrush in between the stone on the fireplace to get it in there, but I am painting it white just to make that part stand out more. And then I'm gonna do some more. I decided it's turning into a bigger project, like I said, but I can't wait for you guys to see how it's finished. It's gonna be beautiful. So here I am painting a bunch of pieces of bender board. I got the bender board at Home Depot. It's cheap and easy to use. It's a 1/4 inch thick. It's made out of MDF. And so I'm just painting it so I can hang it up here so it can resemble shiplap. I'm just putting pennies in between the gaps to create that, the gap look of shiplap. Which is a much cheaper way and easier version of using shiplap. So now that I've made all these holes with my nail gun, putting up the bender board to resemble shiplap, I'm just filling in the nail holes here with some filler. Now we are not done yet. I'm just measuring the top here, and we are going to frame this whole thing out. And believe me, I have a hard time cutting angles, especially freehand. But I think it turned out pretty well. So watch until the end so you can see the final reveal. Now I'm just putting up some small trim pieces to fill in the gap between the edge of the shiplap or the bender board and the wall, just to finish it off to make it look nice. So I have cut my angles. I'm just going to put them up here to see if they all fit together well. The top and the left side fit great, so I am just nailing that in. And then the one here, it is a little bit off, so I have to take it back out and cut it, but I'm going to cut it and we'll see if we can get it to fit. And yes, it fit pretty well. I love it when a project comes together and things work out. So what turned out to be a simple makeover, just painting a wall and slapping a piece of wood down for the mantle, turned into something that just kind of blew up, and I love it. It's wonderful. It was a lot of work. I'm just gonna put this mantelpiece back on and it's gonna be done. I want to show you. I did have to put a small piece on to account for this sticking out, which I didn't plan on in the beginning, so it's fine. It turned out great. So here is what it looked like before, and here is what it looks like now. Ooh, and I love it. It turned out great. It is the focal point of the room now. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. I am going to do a video where I redo this whole room and show you how to decorate the mantle. So we'll see you on the next video.